We've come a long way in a year, my dear. Here's where we had our very first date. On Valentine's Day 2016. Carrabba's. I got you flowers and chocolates and a teddy bear. And I waited for 1 hour. I got here, I told you to meet me here at 6, I believe, and I got here at 5 because they don't take reservations, and I wanted to make sure we had a table on time. And we did. It took 50 minutes to get a table. I was waiting in the waiting area, crowded. It was packed with, all dressed up with flowers, chocolates, and a teddy bear, sitting down like this, all scrunched up with holding my flowers and chocolates and teddy bear, waiting for you. And we had a great date. It was wonderful. I remember that you were, just thought you were so sweet and so cool and independent and such a loving person. And when I asked you, hey, I'm having a really good time, would you like to come back to my place? You said, no. I was like, okay. Well, you want to go see a movie or something? So we went and saw a movie, and I remember that really blew me away, that you wouldn't come home with me, which is not a totally out of the ordinary thing, but in my experience, it was kind of out of the ordinary for the way things were going. Things were going really well. We obviously had chemistry and both were enjoying each other. And that, I was like, man, that's awesome. She's a really good person, and she's not afraid to say no and stand up for herself and do the right thing. And I was just so impressed with you with that. And I started falling in love with you right there. Then we went to see Zoolander 2. That movie kind of sucked, but I had a great time with you. We laughed, and I remember looking over at you in the theater when you laughed. You would laugh and look at me, and I just thought you were so wonderful, and you made me happy. And I was so nervous about asking you to hold my hand because I didn't know if that was going to be okay or not. So I said, excuse me, gotta go to the restroom, so that I could work up the courage to come back and ask you to hold my hand. And you did hold my hand. And that night, you drove me home. I told you, I told you couldn't drive right now, and told you why. And you drove me home, and you were real nice about it. And then we texted each other that night, and things just went great. That was just the beginning. I started falling in love right there on the first date. Here we are. I'm gonna pull in this parking lot so that I don't get in any trouble for this. Oh. After our first date, I came back to my place in Lake Forest. After our first date, you came over to my house for the first time, and you stayed the night. Yeah! And we didn't do anything, and that was cool. We had a great time, though. We had a great time, and I fell for you even more that night, the first night. We've watched lots of movies here. We have made food, done lots of meal prepping here. That was a small house. That was cramped, man. That was cramped, and the floorboards all out of whack, all warped, furniture sliding around all the time. Whew, that was some rough stuff, but we made it work. Before you moved in with me, I remember I wanted to see you all the time, even though it was just the beginning of our relationship. You know, I wanted to see you all the time, and I couldn't wait until you would come over again. You know, you lived a little ways away, and you had work and school, but I always couldn't wait until you come over again and stay with me. And you know, I wanted you to move in with me so fast, and Lily was trying to hold you back, and I said, "No, you cannot do this to me. It's my Stephanie." And the rest is history. We know who won that fight. Me against Lily. J-Dubs for the win, buddy. That's that. Yep. We'll take you to some other places that we've been to. Cause I don't want to knock on the door at this house, and you know, we don't live there anymore. So I don't think I can go in. World's best tiramisu right here. This, I don't really care about their food that much. I mean, it's not bad, it's alright, but that tiramisu there, that was some good stuff. Coming up here, we did some bowling. We went here once. I don't think we came back, but that was a lot of fun. I wish they would do this again sometime. Yeah. And you won, I believe. I'm not quite sure. I think I suppressed that memory. But to think real hard about it, I think that you won. And here's Over the Falls. This place, oh man, I ordered out food from here so many times. We both did. This place was really good. Really liked Over the Falls a lot. That was good. They had really good burgers and fries. Downtown Wake Forest. This was a cool little place. That was cool when we went to that Friday night thing. That was pretty cool with the live band and everything. That was fun. This is a cool community. I mean, sometimes I guess I miss it a little bit. It was pretty cool. We're coming up on the hot spot right here. That's Shorty's Hot Dogs and Hamburgers. This place is really good. Yeah. Yep. We got hot dogs and hamburgers there, and we played some pool. That was fun. This is a coffee shop right here, coffee house. That was fun. I think you probably went there more than I did, but you almost got a job there. Yeah. Well, cruised to the downtown Mexican restaurant. Mexican was good. I don't know if we ever ate inside there together. I don't remember. I know we got takeout a good bit. Yep, that's downtown for you pretty much. Remember when you had to meet my mom like on the second or third date or something like that? You were like, "You want me to come inside?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Come inside, it'll be cool. I want you to meet my mom." And you were like, "Okay." And all of my family liked you from the moment they met you. And now everybody loves you and wants us to be together forever. And then we have our beautiful house now. Riley's in the window, right there, waiting for Daddy to come inside. Now we have our own big, beautiful house. Nice house out in the quiet country. And we can have a good life. And Been a day. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy with you, being here with you and sharing my life with you and you sharing your life with me. And I just want to say that you make me a better person and you make me happy. And I get the most out of life with you. And I love you with all of my heart. And I make mistakes, but I continue to learn from them and get better and not make the same mistakes. And you keep pushing me to get better and be a better person. And so, come a long way in a year, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. And I'm sure that I want to spend the rest of my life with you at this point. I've known it for a long time and was confident that we would end up together for the rest of our lives. And so I was talking with your dad the other day, and I was telling him how much I respect you and how much you mean to me. And he said, you're a great girl, and that, you're one of a kind, and, you're an amazing person, and you are one of a kind, and you're an amazing person. And I have so much respect for you. I always have. And so while we were watching the Super Bowl and you went inside to get drinks, I asked him if I could have his permission to marry you. And he said yes. So I want to ask you now, will you marry me?